I've got above that, and they don't know.
Oh, I don't know, Jim, that.
No, no.
Told you that. You don't interrupt your enemies while they make mistakes. And they always make mistakes because they're idiots. Who's going to be first on today? Just having a quick thing on here. Roxy and a gang of police informers have been at it again, making statements, grassing people up, never ending making statements. Unbelievable. Grassing people up, standing there, supposed to be big time villains. But I thought they went hill gang with the big time villains, getting girls to make statements for them on us to make the lies up that don't even exist. It's all shite. Trying to get the channel struck off. Well, why are you trying to get this channel struck off? Because there must be something really bad there. We've hit a sore tooth or a sore point, because there's all loads of reporting the channel to try and get it took down. It's killing them, because she's going to be down there in London, and I'm going to be up here, and we're getting the news sick of it, and I'll be relaying it back, my tongue tied, back to you. So, guess who else has been to the police? Can anyone tell me on here? Come on, you guys, you just know me by now. Guess who else has been to the police again? About the 400th time on me and Emma again. Anyone put his name up? Anyone think who it is? Been again to the police. What about the same been to the police? Oh, there's another one that said so. Nobody got it yet. No one's getting it yet. I wonder who's the first one to get it. He's been to the police on us about 400 times. So tinfoil again. The fake author has been to the police and told them that I was running down his street, sprinting down the street with a can of petrol, pouring it in his car and pouring it on his roof. How the fuck can you pour it on the roof when it's 15, 20 foot high? How can you pour it on the roof when you're in a wheelchair? They didn't know this, see. When I got operated that day, when I was getting my operation, what had happened, that's what's getting my operation at a certain time. But because there was a helicopter crash and there was loads of people injured, I said, no, let them go before me. There was people come through the helicopters, and so I was just going in for a spinal stenosis operation on my back, on the right side. L4, L5 vertebrae had to be done. Decompression, and they take the vertebrae out, decompress them and put them in shape and all that shit. So I had to wait. So mine was late on. So they must have thought, oh, he's had his up by now. So they said, we've seen Brian Cockerill sprinting down the street. I was in the hospital. This is how foolish they are. They're so thick. That's why they're not criminals. So we've got the police and said, we've seen Brian Cockerill. My wife's seen him sprinting down the street. Well, how did you know if you've seen me sprinting down the street? You were in London. Did you have X-ray eyes? And can you see through? Can you see 200, 300 miles away? Mr. Bile, with your fake thing. And you called me. What were you calling me again? Let me just reiterate this. I'll come back to that in a minute. So he said I was out on his window. So they've come to the house to check, to arrest me. Bobby's got the door. I haven't got the door. I went, what's the matter? Oh, I just want to check Brian's in, because the allegation that, from Jamie Boyle and his wife that Brian put the window so Shirley's seen him sprinting down the road, and she's got footage of him. So she said, unbelievable. We still need to take him to the police station and give him to see what's going on. She said, you can't take the police station. She said, we can do what we want with the police, all that shite. She went, listen, you can't take the police station. Because the reason why you can't take the police station, Brian just had a major operation this morning, and he's in hospital now, and he's got all his sides, down the side, he is all been cut open, and he's had vertebrae replaced in the sides and loads of stitches, and he's actually been getting looked after for four nurses are on him now. There's like a Polish lad, a nurse, and three physios are on him. We're looking after him. He had his operation earlier on. So, are you joking? So they've got the police have got the hospital gone in. Brian Cockerill, and what it was when the COVID been on, and I was on my own. I was big, massive. And there was only one bed in this place, so I let Brian go in that one. And the doctor Barty, he was the back specialist. you've got your own private room here. It was brilliant. And the nurse would come in and talk to me, having a laugh and joke and that. Said, oh, you're always happy, you're always like up tempo and laughing and joking and telling us jokes and making us laugh. Great having you here, it's marvellous. Then over the police have been, well, we've said you can't go in there now because you've just been given, I've just been given 10 milligrams of Oromorph. 4 hours before I was given 200 milligrams of tramadol. And 4 hours before that I was given 100 milligrams of naproxen, which are all opiates. It was cabbage like that, catatonic. How are you going to give him a statement? Well, it's impossible. Dr. Bartley come bowling in. What's going on? What's going on here? My patient's going nowhere. He said he's staying here. They were trying to take me out the police station. The police were trying to take me out the hospital to arrest me and take me to the police station. Scumbag Cleveland police, just because I've fucking beaten in every single case. You've never got nothing on me. The most you've got on me is a driving offence. Mugs, absolute mugs. So Boyle's lied that much, but he's lying to the cops. It's not their fault he's lying. But when I'm there, he said, and here's how we can't do anything as well. Come on this way, this old school there. She's about 65, lovely, lovely lady. She came here, her and a friend, to put catheters on your leg. I couldn't wait after the operation. It was all tender, my stomach. I couldn't wait. So they put a catheter on my leg. A catheter is like a bag that goes on your leg so you can urinate through your tube from your side. So you don't have to strain and bust your stitches. And he said the man's just gone through a 15-hour operation to the copper, and he said he was just, when we brought him up, he was that exhausted. He slept another 5 hours. When he came, he fell asleep on the ward. When he's on, see there's only me here, and see above there. There's the camera. If you want to take the camera and look at it, you can see he's never left this room apart from he was taken down the hospital, and then brought back with the nurses and that, and then he crashed where his heart stopped, and we had to give him the for a bit of thing to bring me back. So it stopped, and the police lad was there, and a few others did it there, brought me back. Ever so grateful to them, absolutely brilliant people. But the dirty scumbag boy and his wife saying, oh, yeah, and when the footage has come out, you've all seen it. I'm 6'4", and at the time I was 23 stone. You could tell a mile away it's not me in the photos the coppers went. I tell you what, Brian Cotton must have lost somewhere. I said, and he must have lost something, cut his legs off. And what operation? He had his legs amputated. The cop was even joking. He said he must have had his legs amputated. He said, because the person in the camera is about 5'7", the other one's about 12 stone. Brian's 23 stone. So he must have lost 10 stone in the last 2 weeks, or the last 2 days, was it, he said. Absolute shite again from them. So Boyle's been back again today and made another statement to him going, oh, he burnt my house down and he's done this, and my wife's seen him putting the fire through. Well, you said on the festive interview, you said the very first time you said, all my kids were in bed. Now you're saying my son was in bed asleep when the fire started. So you've changed the statement by telling us that this morning. So that's perfect for me, because I won the court case, because you've said one statement, you were down London. So how could you know what was going on? And your wife can't have seen me sprinting down the hospital, because the copper said, you can't have seen Brian Cottle. Oh no, I did. I can tell it was him, even though he had different clothes and that. And I could tell by his build. I've seen him loads of times. And the turned on and said, it's not him. She said, well, how do you know it's not him? Because at the time you're saying he was unconscious, having an operation for 15-hour operation. So this now makes them look absolute bell enders again, the both of them. I think they should be charged for preventing the course of justice, which it is, agent provocateurs, working for the Met and working for the Winter Hill Gang. That's what they're working for. So the Winter Hill Gangs have made statements up there again. The so-called Roxy ones made statements on them again to the police, false statements, lies again, more lies again, to try and get Emma locked up, try and get a jail. These supposed to be this fucking big time, that says a big time mafia gangsters. The fucking, what would he call himself? What do they call himself? I'm trying to think the name now. The Godfather. Do you mean the fucking the God Fairy? The fairy godmother, you mean? The Godfather. See you big specky cunt. I'll break your jaw in about 16 places with 2 punches, you fucking big specky piece of shit. You've got no fighting ability, you're a divvy. You just look like what you are, a weirdo and a pedo. That's what you are. I'm telling you to your face. When your daft brothers get there, tell the two of them to come and meet me, Michael and Stephen. I'll break both the jaws in 2 seconds. The mugs, they used me, they used Lee Duffy, they used Viv Graham, they used all them people. They used all them people for years and years and used them. None of these people have been killed and shot and stabbed. They've used people to do jobs for them. And then when the lads have gone and done the job, they've got, like, say, 10 grand. They've said, oh, yeah, we'll put it around here. They've grabbed all the lads, put guns to their heads, took them around the back alley and took the 10 grand off them, and then grassed them up to the police because they've given them the gun. They've got, say that they've got the gloves on. Stephen and Wangle, they're getting the guns off the lads who've done the armed robbery. They're getting the bags off the lads with the money in. They've got the money bags as well. So they're giving it to the police. They're waiting on the call of the cops. They give all that to them. Then they'll say, right, well, say it's 20 grand robbery. Cops are going, well, you have the, okay, you have the money and we'll get the arrest. Or sometimes we could say, I will go half each on it. And then whatever you want, who you want arrested or you want to put in jail, we'll do for you. That's what they've been doing for fucking all them years. Godfather, fucking Godfather, unbelievable. Fucking God, Molly, the God fucking mother. Fucking hell. Well, learn to swim, young man, learn to swim. Can you remember the godmother doing that there? Fucking hell, the Godfather. Are you taking the piss? You will be. You'll be in that film. You will be sleeping with the fucking fishes. That's where you're going to be. Big streak of piss, specky four-eyed cunt. Absolute shithouse. And that divvy, you're not around with that woman. That grass, police informant, dirty, low-life grass. Never off the phone to cops like tinfoil. The same as the other one, the other snake over in Thailand, the other rat. She says to us, a friend of mine, Emma, oh, you're great people. Who do you think? Give us Emma, give Emma heads up and say, oh, these people are great. I'm going to put you onto the paedophile hunters and hunt these baddies down and they'll help you and you'll be able to know who they are and you'll know where you're coming from and all that. The thing is, they said, oh, we'll tell you. So it was Humble Dryer and Humble Dryer's wife. So I find out because my mate Matt Legg's a boxer and he was down there, that big place where the courtney, where they were on dancing. She was there as a stripper with Charlie Brunson one. She was in the Indian Pakistani lad. He married her. She was there with that kebab flaps of the foot collar. She was there dancing on the top, sniffing. That's what she got paid. She didn't get paid in money. She got paid in gain. She was there for about 2 full weeks, getting drunk out of bed every night. He was nowhere around. He wasn't seen. This was at that time they asked me to go down. I didn't go. I said, I'm not going down there. I'm not doing that shit. I go to a woman. I just stay with that woman. I don't go messing about and sleeping about with different people. That's how you catch the agents, spread the AIDS about dirty bastards, the botch. So he's gone down there and they were all walking around with dildos up between the legs and they're all getting shanked up the arse with everything. Absolutely fucking something like Caligula. You remember the Roman emperors where they used to have orgies and all that? It was like that in there. People tied to the iron things, but in like dungeons and all, getting whipped and all that. So I thought, do I want to go there? You think the taxman's a fucking pervert? No, I don't think so. Great to see you, brother. Tom, you okay? So these have made more statements. The the double foot, the Grassers gang, I should see them. It's supposed to be gangsters, fucking gangsters. You make a statement to it every day of the week. You're working with people like tinfoil, working with him, running up and down the place with fucking stuff. You're absolutely pathetic. Then you just get caught working with these weak individuals, and then what they do, that's the idiot. Take him off there. That's that Dibby Boyle there. That one there. You can see Ronnie Corbett. Couldn't get there. That's that Dibby. That's them. You see any daft things going that Ronnie Cray or that. They're just weirdos. Them. That's the weirdos gang. That's they're emulated. When I went to Stephen Sayers and seen him and met him for the first time, when he pretended that he met me with Lee Duffy, he never met me with Lee Duffy. And if you hear him on the tape recordings where we were doing a book called The Tax Men of Teesside was me and Lee Duffy. He was saying, just tell him this and say I was there. Say there were 6 lads in the pub on one side and there were 6 on the other side. You and Lee went in, but I was going to fight the main one. It was a big, massive one, he said. And that trimmed him and broke his jaw and knocked him out. And you and Lee jumped in and knocked 6 out. And I went, okay, yeah, I'll do that. When the book come round, I never put it in. I thought, oh, fuck off. I'm going to make me lies up. I don't need to make lies up. I've got my own true stories. Why would you make lies up when you've got your own proper stories? They've never been in that situation where they can knock 4 or 5 people out because they haven't got the capability. They haven't got the strength, they haven't got the power, and they haven't got the ability to do it. They've never been fighters. They always get people to jump people or stab people up. That's what they do. They're always like be about 20 onto one person. That's their fighting abilities. I've never known any of them. Including John Sayers. I've had a straightener. The only time I've had him a straightener was Paddy Conroy chinned him in the jail, and he hit Paddy on the slide because Paddy got come down, and Paddy went to the toilet, And Says was waiting for me quiet. And Paddy Gifty said he fucking knocked me on my ass, to tell you the truth. But I got up, he said, and at the end of the fight, Paddy had won the fight and he was knocked out. And it was like, well, Mark Steele told me that story 25 years ago, maybe more. He told me that story when I was in the Habrick with him. And the Gateshead lads can't stand them, all the lads from Gateshead hate them. He said, the pure, dirty Romans, Brian. He said, they've got parties now as we sit here. I've just been on the phone to one of them because he owed him money or something. He said, they're at a party and there's like young kids running about, but like sugar bum fairies, about 15, 16, young lads dressed up like as scouts and all that. Dirty pervert bastards. And they sat there and they've got a big ball of coke like that. And they're just going over different lines of coke. So he's supposed to be going mad, John says, because he said they've blown 20 grand every other night with the coke because they took over everywhere in that town at the time, took over there, bullying everyone. But they were using me, say it was Viv Gray to fight Viv. Viv never said a word. I met Viv Gray in 1987, I think it was. I went, nice, so you were at the fight with Lee Duffy now? And yeah, I said, yeah, obviously now. I said, well, it was. I said, but yeah, he said, oh, great to meet you. He said, yeah, but why don't you get yourself on the induction? He said, it only takes a week. He said, come and train with me. I'm doing the training down. I'm training people down there. I said, you can help me, you can push me. He said, how big are your legs? I went, 36.5 inches. He went, fucking hell, look at the size of your neck. It's that 23-inch neck. He went, he was shocked. He was like, I've never seen anyone with a neck and legs that big in my life. He said, absolutely monstrous. But they were trying to get me to fight Viv, saying Viv wanted to fight me. And then when I was going up, I was a little bit younger than that, probably 8, 9, 10 year old. I was a little bit gullible. And I was thinking, well, I'll fight him. I'll fight anyone. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, go, well, Robbie Armstrong said, have you heard about the fight? They put 20 grand up or something to fight. I said, no, I've never had no 20 grand fight. So they're putting this money up. So I went down to see what was going on. So I get there. And I goes in. And Steve and all them at the door and Abidons and all that. And the doorman, about 5 doormen, so he can't come in. But I was massive. I was 24. I was about 23 stone. I dropped about 2 stone. So I was going to have a fight with Garside on the Saturday. So I goes down and the doorman stopped me. I said, I'm allowed to come in. I'm friends of mine and Stephen Mike. I went, oh, it's Brian Cockerill. Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, Brian. They're panicking a bit because they'd obviously blew me up to be fucking 10 times a bigger fight than what I was supposed to be. Fearing people, trying to put fear in people's heads. But that fight where me and Lee Duffy was supposed to fight with him, Lee Duffy I never met Lee Duffy with them. I never even met him ever with them. Never had a drink with them. I met Lee on my own. I had a fight with him in the street and I was with him for about 4 or 5 months. And they were never around, never seen them. But they only came down into Middlesbrough because they wanted Lee Duffy to go up there and fight Viv Grave. And that never came off. Somehow it never came off. They just kept missing each other for everything. But Viv didn't want to fight anyone. Viv just wanted to get on with his life. He was doing good with his little missus, Hannah. They had a lovely family. They were doing great with the kids and all that. They were doing marvellous. And because Viv was like one of them men who wouldn't back down and out, like me, like Eddie Bjork. So I'm going to be going to see Eddie next week. I said, oh, he's lying about Eddie Bjork. We'll see when we want to go in there and book Brothel. We'll see who's Benny says the best fight in the North East. We'll see then, won't we? We'll see what Eddie Bjork has to say about who's the best fight in the North East. We'll see if your gang, when the Caesars went to try and take over Sunderland, did I tell you that one? So they got about 40 of them ready. So when I couldn't go and help then because I was on the bail every night. And then Jimmy and Guy Rob made statements against us for the Coliseum. So I couldn't get help any. So anyway, it goes around the corner, Stephen Michael, with about 20. He had 20 and he had 20 with him. And I got up like that. And the doorman over there, big, what was he called? Dutch Louis Armstrong. What was it? I can't remember, it was Bud Armstrong, I'm not sure. He was there. He said, they went up to him and come on. And he said, and he ran at them. And Stephen and Michael were like fucking Lindsay Christie. You, Jim, what do you call him? You thingy bolt. The bolt. They were like rockets. They never even turned and put the fists up. They just ran like fuck, they shit themselves. And when I was down there in Newcastle, I said, I'm going to go and see Eddie. She's going to have a round with us, so we're not allowed in. Anyone let us go to Sunderland. He's bagged over there. So that's how much pull Eddie Bjork got. He's bagged them out. They're supposed to be the godfathers. Fairy godmothers. Fucking sugar plum fairy god. Who's the sugar plum fairy godmother? My 3 wishes. Stop bumming young men. Stop bumming young men. Stephen, Michael, and Specky. I'm looking at you, you cunt. My stare would put you on your ass. I might fucking punch. Wankers, Lee. Yeah, wankers, mate. They are wankers what they've done to that young, and all the fucking best in the world for fucking Jessica. Justice for Jessica. Is it Shantel, isn't it? Is it Shantel? Yeah, Shantel. Justice for Shantel, sorry. Justice for Shantel, yeah. Fucking scumbags what they've done to that young kid. Disgusting, vile, and they've done it all right. I know they've done it. I can tell. They were doing all that before, having sex with young. I didn't know they were doing young boys, but I knew they were doing young lasses. But what's going to knack it more than anything, I think, is, could you tell me where you were living at the time? Well, I've got a brothel. They'll go, the jury's going to think, and what do you do with that? Well, I had another brothel. My mum had a brothel. My stepmom had a brothel. So in other words, he's had brothels all their life. That's what they've done all their life. Bullying people that are selling drugs, giving them gear. They said to me, I'll get you into this price. I went, I can get them £4 cheaper than that. Why would I get them off you? Well, I'll get them £4 cheaper. I said, you're not going to fucking bully me into getting stuff in my money, are you? Fuck off. You come down here as a guest. Don't take the piss. And he was a fucking knew straight away. The fucking knew. They see me have a fight with I slapped him. He didn't have that. I split his jaw right up, right across his face. His jaw snapped here. And all his teeth were sticking out of his mouth. And he was a big fucking lump of a lad, being a clever cunt from out the area, coming in, wanting to have a go with me. And he would hit with the left hook slap. And they were like, oh, fucking hell. They would have put them on for life then. They must, because I thought, fuck that. And they were just, when they came down, they never had a penny in their pockets. They never had an out. It was always like me giving them the gig and stuff like that. And it was my clubs. They used to come in. They never had to pay out. And the meals I got all free and stuff. They never had to put their hands in the pocket. I was spending about £500, £1,000 every weekend when they were coming. They came for about 6 months. And after 6 months, when they wanted me to fight Dave, and then I realised, I thought, this is they're taking the piss. Because when I got to Newcastle, I got off the thing, it was called, what's it called, that club? Fucking the Madison. It was owned by Tony Zibanaris from Leeds. I think he was Italian, and he owned it, and he multi-millionaire, really top fucking gangster, top man. But one of them nice people, you know, you'd work with, and that really nice person. And they owned the Madison. So I knew that through them, because we in Middlesbrough, I've got a Madison there, he owns one. Tony's got another one in Leeds. And I think he's got another one further down the country. He's got about 4 or 5. He's passed away now. I used to work with my mate, was called, I had a lot of black lads I was in jail with. I was the only person in the jail to sit on the table. They were all big, massive gang from all different parts of Leeds. I sat at the table and they went, you can't come on this table. I went, don't you dare pull that fucking racist shit on me. I've never been racist in my fucking life. I've never been racist in my full. Start that shit with me, you. I'm telling you now. If you want to step outside, one after one, I'll take you outside now. Come on. You want to do all that shit with me in here? And they went, no. And he's like, come on. He said, oh, Brian's a good lad. He's good. He's one of us, man. He's one of us. He's a proper school. He's old school. And then he apologised to me and we got over him. He started to come to see me. I've seen him a few times. And then the other mate was Rudy. Rudy. He was a black lad from that area. Lovely lad. He used to work with us. We used to do bits and bobs for the gear and that. And he was a nasty, for shooting, really dangerous. And they run Leeds then. So I had all them back there. They were on the phone a couple of weeks ago. Do you want me to come and sort that cunt out? About 2 months ago it was. Do you want us to come up and get that cunt sorted, take away and they'll be seen again? No, I said, no, don't. He's just a dibby. Just let the cunt babble on like a fucking babbling fool in the desert. He's just babbling on about a lot of shite. So he's meeting the police again today, but you can. The police were to turn on and say, well, you've already got this litigation against Mr. Cockerill. It's been going for 2.5 years. We've investigated it, and at the moment, it's been released. It's been kept, same as Debbie Heslop, same as the Freeman, same as Paddy Conroy. We're all released under investigation, so there's nothing else to check. So when this goes to court, every one of us will get off. We'll all get off the same. One gets off, all get off, because it's all the same stuff for everyone. So he's gone in and said, oh, they've said today to me, we're reopening the investigation. How can you reopen an investigation when you've already got the same one? It's active now. That's how thick he is. You know, he's never been in trouble apart from for heroin, selling heroin and breaking people's houses and pinching out of shops. He's a shoplifter. When Carl Walker was here, Carl's lovely lad, he sat with us here when them cunts were coming through, and Brett May coming, Deb and Hartley coming, all the travellers come from all the places. People ever come back, and there was 20, 30 people a day coming, and they wanted to smash it to pieces. And I went, no, I'm still Christian now. Change my life around. Don't want to be in all that shit no more. And I know I can take it. I'm strong enough to take it. Yeah, but he did his 600-year-old pass. Yeah, but he's a muppet. I'm not going to let a muppet beat me. And Timmy will be upset here. So they've been in front of The RSPCA, by the way, you're getting your dogs took off you because you're mistreating your dogs. Well, I'll tell you what, there'll be about 1,000 people could verify we don't mistreat our dogs. You muppets. So Emma's been on the phone to Murray. She sent the pictures of the dogs. She videoed them in the back garden. She went, "There's nothing wrong with them dogs." She said they're absolutely 100% top notch dogs, right into their eyes, zoomed in and everything. So RSPCA ain't taking no dogs off. This is what they are, just like the Winter Hill gang and Humbles to do anything. Paddy, God bless him. Paddy, your birthday today, son. I think it's Paddy's birthday today. I've missed it. Happy birthday if I missed it. I'll get on you on the next one. So these scumbags, they don't really Duffy. They used to get Lee up there. She said to Lee Duffy, "Could you put me in?" He's that Viv Graham said this, and that Viv Graham said that, and he's wanting to fight, and he's trained to fight, and he's got these mates, he's hitting them on the pads, and Viv wasn't doing a thing. They were poisoning Lee's mind with it. Poisoning his mind. Lee was a lot younger than them. He was a lot younger, about 10 years younger than them. So they were getting in his head because he loved all that Bravo and all that, Lee was and all that, and you're like, that gangster shite stuff. I was never into it myself. It wasn't my thing. I like to go to the pub for a drink and sit with people. I didn't like to go to where they were says when they walk in the pub and the pub empties. That's not a good thing. I go to the pub and it just fills up until it's chocker and everyone's happy in the pub and everyone goes home at the end of the night. There's no one getting hurt. No one gets bullied. So I make sure no one gets bullied. It's always been like that with me. And people come from anywhere in the country can come to Teesside and ask anyone in Teesside. The only trouble we've ever had is off Tinfoil and them stupid morons. He's got these little gay things he's got hanging around, little trolls. He's only got them, and he's putting on now. I said he'd break, and then he's putting on now Jamie for Prime Minister of England. Now he thinks he's going to be the Prime Minister of England now. Because I said to you, I was going for the mayor, which I was telling you the truth. He's lying. He never went for the mayor. Well, everyone's seen the documentary. He's seen him with the mayor stuff. He's seen me doing the videos and that. So once again, he's trying to say what I said in the past. His lies. So what I'll do is bring out the truth with the newspaper clippings and also the McIntyre documentary. You can see me on there. He's going to let me have the Monday. I never had a Monday, Jamie. Never had a Monday in my life. My mate had the car that's on there was a Alfa Romeo. You don't even know what a car looks like because you've never had a car. You can't even fucking drive, you dibby. You can't even drive. Your big jobs was working in Tesco's, working in Morrison's, pushing trolleys. You never were on the forklift trucks. You failed it. You never got on the hook trucks. And then you were a car park attendant for Asda. You would do it there. And then you were another one for Morrison's, I think it was. And you got the sack of there for smoking joints. Then you went to the other one, Sports Direct. That was your other job in the car park attendant again. Nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. But you're 40-year-old now, and he's sitting there saying he's going to be the Prime Minister. But you don't even know nothing about politics. You don't even know how to get out of bed in the morning and look after your family. You just sit like a tramp. You're a tramp all day long. You sit picking food out your eyes. So picking stuff out your eyes because you've been up all night on the brown. You're a disgrace. I'm telling you, you need to go and see a psychiatrist because you would definitely, your own family members have told me, your sister, your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law, your stepdaughters have told you. And I went up there to help you on Christmas Day. Shirley phoned me, "Can you come up, Brian? He's smoked 140 pounds of the crack tonight. And he's now on the floor, laying all over, thrown up. He's overdosed." I had to go to Bobby Christmas Day, been all the way up there. Me and him, never know Christmas dinner now, all the way from 18 mile there and 18 mile back. And I had to drive around the town because you want to get a bottle of Baileys and some chocolates because he's upset her. And I got them back Christmas Day, and I lose my whole Christmas Day. And I got back to his house, dropped him off, and I've got home, and he's on the thingy there, and they're all jeeps, dancing. Me and Bobby on the chair, exhausted, we had to go to bed. We've been up all night with them, phoning up all night, arguing and fighting with both of them. She went, "Oh, he's making me take cocaine." I said, "Shirley, no one can make you take your coke. Don't get your hand and make it stiff a line of cocaine. It's impossible. So stop talking shit to me. I'm going to help you, but I need you to tell me the truth." Said he's an addict, he's on the drugs, he's on everything. He's been in jail for burgling houses, he's been in jail for the smack, he's been in jail for robbing out of shops. And he's a disgrace. She said he's done it about 4 times. He's overdosed in his house and nearly died in front of his own son. And now he's saying the son was in bed, he said, when he was in London. Well, how do you know that he was in bed? But I'll tell you what you did, though. You did it yourself because your car's got smashed by the locals. The locals smashed your car up. It was nothing to do with me. Now, we went at war with you then. There was another person in that village who were at war with you, where you grassed him up, you bought 20 tablets off him, 20 blues. You got the 20 blues, And an hour later, he got busted. And the kid, the only person who knew he had the blues was Jamie, because the blues had just come in that night, about 2 hours. 2 hours later, the lad gets busted and got caught with 60 blues in the house. And he didn't get jail, but he got done. And it was him. He said it's Boyle, so he said I'm going to smash his face. And I know the lad. I know him well. He was in the very bottom of the corner in Stoke Street on the right side. He's got a caravan outside his house, travelling lad. He said, "That dirty bastard, he's grasped me up." He said, "There's only him. He got the last 20 out of the pack when I got. He said he gets 100." And he said he got another 20 off me, and then he got another 20 off me. So he got 40 off me that day. And they're coming, and they gave me. So we know you've got blues. We know you've got blues. We've been told by someone, blah 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 blah, and that's what gave him away. So he said knew it was him because it was only him he served that day. There was no one. He never had no gear. That's what he does for anyone. He's a horror. Or if he's in the car with you, he'll drop gear in the car and put it in the seat and phone the police and get you nicked. He's just a horror for doing it. Same as the Winter Hill gang. That's their party pieces. Going to people's houses, putting drugs in the house, and then phone the police on and getting locked up. So Lee Duffy knew. Lee Duffy was getting used as well, really bad off him. They were saying these things about him. Peter and Lee was like more like a clockwork told. Even Carol thinks she's in the chat. He was. You tell him something and he'd take it gospel, especially off them. And they thought they were these real friends, but nothing of the such. They were just horrors. Wanted Lee to be Viv Graham up so they could sell the drugs in the clubs, but it never happened. So Viv and him never had the fight, which was great, and me and Viv never had the fight, which was great. But it was Eddie Duke who told me about Viv and that. He loves Viv. Him and Viv Graham got good friends, but they were trying to cause trouble between them, though the Sayers and that, and try and get Viv to fight with fucking. Viv to fight with Ernie and Ernie to fight with Viv. The same with me. They tried to do it with me. They tried to do it with Duffy. So because they can't fight, they've never had a fight in their lives. They've never had a straight on the time. Like, come on, I'll fight you now. One outside. I'll fight 10 people on me. You can fight 10 of you come at me, and I'll still stand there even if I get beat. I'll still keep getting up if you knock me down. But I'm not one of them people who make statements against people. I've got my house. It's been petrol bombed 7 times. We've actually got footage of the daft country. We've even got the idiots falling over. He stood up like that with our cameras on the back. You can see his full face. We know the people who did it from Thornaby. We know exactly where you're from. We know where you live. We know what happened to you a couple of weeks ago, didn't you, in Thailand? We know what happened there, don't you? Yeah, bums. You got fucking annihilated, didn't you? And your other friends now is looking at a life sentence. Life sentences, that's what happens when you're around with tinfoil. He's crashed you up. Even though you've done that to me, you have done that to my house, you'll find out it's him who's made statements against you, and that's why you've all been caught. Think about you were doing that for years. You've never got caught. Just think about it. He's come to the equation for about 6 months. He's been working with us, and he's been paying you to smash my car and petrol bomb your house. Obviously, it's what you do for a living. It's not for me. Smashing people's windows. Can you imagine me throwing stones at somebody's house, 24 stone? Why would I put their man fucking weapons of mass destruction? I don't need fucking stones, throwing stones like a divvy. But them divvies up there, them fucking and anyone thinks they're going to go near my wife down there, I'll be straight down there on a fucking train. I've got loads of pals down in London. Loads. I worked with all the big top firms years ago. Like, I have loads of people down there who know me, look after me down there. Lenny Clean's friend, Lenny Clean's friend's a great fighter. We used to box with him. He's a great one. Big Joe Egan all down there. So I've got all the back of the world down there. Up the boys. Come on, up the boys. Up the boys. We're all in the same pot. All of us. None of us have made statements against them, but they've all made statements against us. All of them, every one of them. So, yeah, they just keep doing it all the time. To me, dickheads smashed kebabs back door. Yeah. Dickie, yeah, smashed the back door. I've shown that. He was there. He was actually, that's Humble Dryer. Decker Higgy never raped Humble Dryer's daughter. It was a load of shite. Absolute shite. I don't even think he's got one, to tell you the truth. Never raped his daughter. He had sex willingly with his missus, which is Donna Kebabs. And she was going out with him for about 4 weeks, I think 5 weeks. It was like a platonic between them. And they would be meeting or whatever, and whatever they did was up to them because of our partner, the team together, going out with each other. And that's where it's all the jealousy. And that's what it's all over, and it's envy, and you see him, and he's going, and he's like the Riddler, you can't fucking stand him, not Batman, the Riddler, not the Joker, the Riddler. And he gives you like clues. Like it's like the other one, the one in America, the cat, what's he called? The one where he did all the murders. I can't think of his name now. And he couldn't get him because he was like the fucking Riddler. He couldn't work him out, but they still couldn't work him out to this day because the things he was saying was just shite. That's what Humble does. He just comes on babbling shite, and the shite comes out of his mouth. He just makes it out the top of his head, just shite. She said to me one night, she said, "Oh, they've been friends with us because it was Rafe who sent them to us, saying the good people. So we let them at the house, come to the house, seen them. I did come to the house, no, they came, we were talking on the phone, so we were at the table. That was in the living room at the table. I only met them at the first time I met them was at the web when they were going in there. He actually paid £16,000 to go in that film, by the way. Humble's paid 16 grand. All the others paid 10 grand. The more you paid, the more you got your face seen. So they only wanted me there so it'd be advertised because of our name, because I had the biggest name up there. The advertising world. I've got like John Lee, all the people like all the celebrities. I know loads of celebrities. So they were in there, and all of a sudden she went, "Why don't we do?" She was on the phone. This is before I met them. She said, "Why don't we do drive-by tonight?" She said, "I've got the guns and that there." She said, "Me, you, and John, and them will do drive-by." I went, just out the blue. Like just only met them. Never met them, so you only had talked to them on the phone. And then she went, "Oh, I've got to go and check. So I've got cancer." And I thought, "You're another bullshitter." Yeah. Boyle, stop being a divvy. Absolute crank, absolute divvy. And the whole cars we got. Well, it was whatever it was, Boyle. Doesn't matter if you anything in that documentary. You're just a daft little tramp. You just do any shite you'd had. It wasn't a my own deal. It was a substantial. No, it was a. I'll tell you what. I'll even get the registration of the car from the TV CDs, and I'll put it up, make you look a fucking mug again. You divvy, absolute divvy again. Talk shite he does. Shite comes out of his mouth. It wasn't a Mondeo. It was an Alfa Romeo. That's what it was. Robbie's car from Hartlepool. It was he'd had it for about 3 months. Too shite to talk. He wouldn't have a Mondeo. Robbie, they're fucking worth millions. So yeah, Ginger's met the NCA, Cyber Operation Police, payroll. Yeah, they're definitely on us. They're definitely 1,000,000%. So if she told us we're going to do a drive-by, if I'd have said yes to that, I'd have been recorded on there then. And then they'd come along and say, "Oh, you all right?" And like the other ones, Win Ilgan, they'll give you something, put in your hand. Or they'll say, "I know electric though." No student says, "Oh, can you put that over there?" "No, gun, fuck off. I don't touch your own for the fingerprint of my hand off a gun." And that's what they'll do. They'll pass you something, or they'll get you to go somewhere in the car with them, and they'll be recording you like Humbles does and that, and fucking Dodgy Dave and all them. Recording that. They try to record me and Emma. I kept my mouth shut and never said a fucking word. Nothing. There's nothing in the recordings or nothing, because I knew the wrong ones from day one. I knew. And that Dodgy Dave, he's responsible for robbing old women, old woman, for 3 or 4 months later in life. She died because he robbed her pension money. The pension money she saved up, you get every month, and they put money the pension in there, goes in the bank. So they've worked all their life, 65 years, so they go on the pension. So the pension money saved up then themselves, that'll be their money to be buried up, say somebody 70, 60, 70-year-old. So that's their money going to be safe for getting buried now. And that scumbag, Dodgy Dave, pretended he got a dildo, I think it was, put it on his own backside, and got the woman arrested. It's all over the internet, you can see it. But he got the woman arrested, who said it was his girlfriend, and she raped her with it. But that's what we're dealing with. A man who's going to go and make statements up and make lies up about his partner and pretend she raped him to get money off the courts. Like she took her to court and tried to get compensation money off her. But it was all made lies, it was all found out. It was him making lies up. So he got jail for it. He went to jail for it. Absolute scumbag. How can you work with something like that? How can you work with something like that? Yeah, cyber operation, coppers, pencil, exactly what they are, mate. That's what they are. All work with the cops. There's multiple times you'll see tinfoil. "I'm getting the police on you. I'm getting the police on you." We all know. So when he was on the Sean Atwood show, he was on there, and he was talking about the murder of Lee Duffy. He had nothing to do with the murder of Lee Duffy. He knew fuck all about. He had Lee Duffy in the book at 6'2". Lee Duffy was 6'2.5", and Lee Duffy was about 15.5 stone. He had him down as 14.5 stone and 6'2". Didn't even have his height right. Didn't have nothing right. Don't know nothing about Lee Duffy. Never met him. Guessing. We call them the spin doctors. They just put their own spin on the shit. Can't man, you okay, brother? So these divvies So he thinks he's in with the Winter Hill gang. They'll fucking they see you. You'll be like bumming to death rather than standing there for saying that tinfoil. That's what you like. You love a good bumming, don't you? That's why you're on the vehicles every week. He saves his money for 3 months from his little factory where he works, £10 an hour, and he actually works in a factory over Middlesbrough, not South Bank. A1 Foods it's called, and it's owned by a load of Pakistani Asian people. And when they shout at him, he can't even understand what they're shouting at him. He's fuming. You see, the bullying again, Shirley, because he's been telling people, but I know quite a few people who work there, who worked with us years ago. They're higher up now, but he's just like at the bottom working, and he gets £10 an hour, 4 hours a week. They won't give him, they won't put him on any longer, so they can't stand him. He's asking, he's going to work. Do you fancy a date? Do you fancy bum sex? I really fancy you, you know. I'll run away with you. I'm going to get rid of Shirley. I'm going to run away with you. I'm waking up in the middle of the night. What's it called? Wet dreams, he said. This is to a kid about 20-year-old. I'm having wet dreams every night, and Shirley's getting suspicious. Why don't we just run away together? This is him. I've got the text off my mate. My mate sees his brother. His mate's let me sell it. The lad's coming on to show us all the stuff he's been doing. We'll see how clever you are then there. Bum sex there for 18, 20-year-old kids. And he sits on the field where the young kids are. He's always on the fields where the kids are sitting, smoking joints and giving them joints on the field. And the ones that's phoned us up to threaten to burn the house down, they've collapsed and come forward to it. It was me who done it. Jamie paid us. I've got the recordings on me. Emma's got all the recordings. So the lad said, Jamie Boyle done it. Jamie Boyle, give me the money. Then you get Decker to ring me up and say, I'm going to cut your throat. And a new Zodiac Killer, spot on Michael. The Zodiac Killer, they could never catch him. They say that, what they say is that they think he just got too old and he died just of old age, you know, like maybe in a car crash or something. But that idiot, Boyle said he's found the Ripper, Jack the Ripper, the real Jack the Ripper from Middlesbrough. I'm like, the French police, the Metropolitan Police, the FBI, the CIA, what's it called? The FBI, CIA, what's the other one? The Met officers, there's a French one, Interpol, all these massive police stations all around the world have looked into it. There's 138 books written on him. So tinfoil's come on and writing a new book. And in that book, he knows who the real Jack the Ripper is and where he's from. He's from Middlesbrough. So all these people, these massive companies all around the world, 140 years old, murder, the biggest, longest murder thing that's ever been investigated. No one's ever found it, but Jamie goes to London for a weekend on a 1-hour Ripper tour. Amazing how he does it. I don't think this man's amazing. He should be Prime Minister, you know. I was going to tell you that. He should be Prime Minister. So he goes on a 1-hour Ripper tour to London, gets on the bus, gets off the bus, walks around a few places, comes back and goes, went into a building, come back out and went, I found out who it is. I've got out who Jack the Ripper is. You won't believe it. I've solved the murder of Jack the Ripper. Absolutely fucking grand delusions. He's now solved a 140-year murder in 1 hour Ripper tour. You know, when you go on the bus and you go around him, and he was killed here, that one was killed there, and that one was killed there. So in his 1 hour, he's found now Jack the Ripper's from Middlesbrough, but he hasn't told us. It's been 2 years now since he said he's on keeping it a secret. Jamie, it's all shit. He's deluded, unbelievable. He's found the Jack the Ripper murderer, who the real Jack the Ripper is. He's from Middlesbrough. And I've got the video of him talking about it. Absolute classic. Yeah, and he's been doing statements, Boyle, for over 25 years working with cops. And he worked with him when he was 12, 13, 14-year-old when he got caught doing the brown in Cockerill. Got chased by Kev Robinson because he was still stealing outside the school. Then he went to another school, Joe Livorsi, and dragged him over and kicked fuck out of him and chased him out of the whole of Teesside. Then he went to Stockton, got chased out of there by Baker Barmate. He went there over Ragworth Way, got chased out of there with the people from Ragworth. Speedy's relations chased him. Everybody goes his chase, so he's now not allowed to go in anywhere in the northeast. You're not allowed to the northeast, you little baghead. We don't want scum like you around our streets, grassing on people and making statements, getting people to do books on them, then robbing them. He's put a thing out saying, I tax the taxman his books. So that's great. I'm glad you've said that because you've admitted now that you have robbed me. You've admitted now you've robbed me books and you took the money off me. But it was my stories and my stuff. You went, oh, they're only scum anyway. They're only gangsters. But we were only scum. What are you? You're a smackhead. I'd rather be a scumbag, a gangster, than a smackhead any day of the week. You've sold your soul. That's what you've done. Sold your soul to the devil because you're never going to get. You said to me, I've been on it since I was 12. I started with the tablets, the diazepam. He takes 60 diazepam a day, every day, non-stop. And that's when he was on the Sean Atwood show. He was saying to the policeman, I know more about this than you. You don't know. So I went, there he goes again. This is the chief inspector of the murder squad from Middlesbrough. Because he's got all the information. He's got all the people there in the streets. He's got all the forensic stuff. He's got all the people there giving statements. And he's got all the paperwork. And tinfoil's come around, written a 2-bit book on Lee Duffy. Went, I've got all the proof in my book. I know who did it. I know who killed him. I know who. I can give you all the information. He's doing this on the Sean Atwood show. And the man said to him, it's the chief inspector of the murder squad. How can you know more than him? Yeah, but he doesn't understand. He's not around that way. And he's absolutely fucking shite. The murder squad police officer doesn't know what happened 30 odd years. You weren't even around 30 odd years ago, Muppet. You went in Teesside running about them days when I mainly Duffy run Teesside. We were running the whole northeast. You couldn't run a tap. You couldn't run a fucking bath. You can't fight sleep, Jamie. You've never had a fight your sleep. You can't fight sleep. You get knocked out by your sleep. But you put there with your little gang of little girls trying to bully Emma, and you try to bully Emma. So what did Emma do? Emma offered you out for a straightener. 1-to-1 fight. She said, I'll fight Shelly first, and I'll fight you next. You shoot yourself, because I put her on the pads and she was going boom. She'd take your fucking head clean off. That big ginger pie head would come off and be spinning in orbit, in space. It'd be the first fucking thing in satellite. It'd be ginger satellite in space, it'll be. Turn around and on. Now he's ginger, and the other one can team up and kind of can make a satellite together between them all and get rid of all the fucking wrong ones. But they're northeast gangsters. The Godfather. Okay, now the goddaughter more like. Fucking the godmother and the goddaughter, I think. Ooh, can we get together? Fucking hell, dancing around. They took me to this place. It was minging. It was fucking minging. And about so many people were in it. It was a hotel, they said. It was like for down and outs who were in jail and got out of jail. And people were on the door who'd been like through at the houses. And I was coming in. It was like going back in London when you see them old films where it stinks. Like, you know, this steam coming up and pissing everything and bringing them in. So he took me to this place. Should we go somewhere else? Because it was a bit minging. So he took us to this place. And you remember the film, The Craze, where they've got a big long table? I think they call it a Rose Cray. That was the man. And it's a big long table, but these had about 6-7 tables. And it was like it was like a massive corridor all the way along. And then me sitting there like at the top of the table, as if I was like a fucking chief fucking whatever. I'd only met them 3 or 4 times at this time. And I'm sat there and I've got in my head, I was thinking, I've seen this scenario somewhere. I must have dreamt this or sort of a deja vu. I went, it's crazy. And she comes down the top of the stairs. Hey, son. She's coming down the stairs, just like not Kate Craig. I think she's what she called Rose, as she called. That was the man. And that's what they've got it like that. And that them people in their house, all them people, I thought, I wonder if they were the Freemasons, not the lads, the travelling lads. But I wonder if there was some of them lodge type people, because we're all like those smart looking suits and all that one. And a buddy said, Emma, the other few days, I wonder if there was some of the Freemasons, what they used to have, but sit in the house with and do the fucking deals with and grass people up with, because it was like weird, you know, like a satanic thing there. There was nobody got dancing around with stuff and all like that. But we're all sat like this. I'm sat here and they're all on the line like that. And I'm sat here this side of these, about 20 people in this room. And then they took me and showed me a few other things where they threw the lad off the roof. Remember that one? When you threw that lad off that roof, you showed me how we grabbed him like that 1, 2, and 3 and threw him off the roof. You remember that one? You remember that, do you? I do. Julian was there, wasn't he? Julian was there. Then you showed me the one where you tried to blast Viv. Tried to blast Viv, didn't you? Do you remember that? And you missed Viv, didn't you? With the shotgun out the window. You missed Viv. And Viv dived under the car. And Robbie Armstrong dived to the side and got shot in the side of the chest. So you've already tried to murder him once. And how many more times have you tried to murder him? How many more people have you tried to get to murder him? You were a fucking wrong and you. A dirty, low-life Romans. And all the other things you told me, I've got all that. It's still under that cap. Don't worry. Everything. Your secret's safe with us on the internet. You fucking dirty wrong and shooting the fucking man because you were stopping you coming in the drug selling, stopping you coming in the club selling drugs to fucking kids. And you see, he wasn't bothered about older people getting them, you know, like our age. And 40-year-old Viv was worried about like the 15, 16-year-old kids saying, oh, that kid could die if she takes that, or that young lad might die. And he was stopping them coming in selling it. And they shot him. They shot him because he had them petrified, and they shot him because they were interfering with their money. That's what it was all about, they said to me. They shot him. They definitely shot him. I know they did. The scumbags. And they tried to blame it on the fucking poor Paddy. All fucking scumbag. Poor Paddy. Getting the blame, all that call went on to him. He said to me, "Oh, he's not reading nonce." I said, "What do you mean he's not reading nonce?" Because this is when I was on this side. I believe them. They were, I thought they were friends. I'd only met, like I say, 4 or 5 times, come to the clubs a few times. And when I found out what they were doing, then with the lies they were telling, I thought, I don't want to be with these. So I fucked them off. So when I got with Paddy again, I hadn't seen Paddy for years. I was in jail. He phoned me, his nephew phoned me. He said, "Good guys." He went, "Oh, yeah, you're right, big fella, what are you doing? You all right?" I said, "Oh, great to hear your voice." And that. And it was okay with us, we were fine, you know. And I saved him going to jail for, I think, about 30 years. Berryman, trying to set him up with drugs. It was a con. Paddy, when he got caught, he said, "What you said to him, if it wasn't for Ryan, I'd have been fucking about 30 years." It was the biggest shipment of heroin ever. But he was on one boat, Paddy. And they were trying to get him on the other boat to get him to a certain place in Spain so they could nick him for the cannabis and the fucking the brown. But he had nothing to do with both of them. So it shows you how much Paddy was on like a proper old school, like myself. Never make statements and shit. But them fuckers trying to set people up, putting guns in people's bags and putting them in back of people's cars and getting people to go, "Do us a favour, get as many fags out of the car." And then next minute there's a fucking gun put into the seat. That's what they used to do. They were known for setting people up. Known for it, well known at them, especially the father. The father was fucking ruthless for it. The father was worse than all of them. So, like I say, it was so he said to me, I said, "Well, what's all these things about Paddy on the internet?" He went, "Well, what it was," he said, "we just let them run with the image." He said, "What we done is I made a statement saying I've seen the pictures of his stuff on his computer, I've been in his house." And he made a 5-page, I think, statement Stephen Sayers made, like, crossed him up, if you want to call us, which was right. So if it was right, but it wasn't right, it was lies. So when it went to court, they read out Paddy's, you charged the note he was in there for. So they read out, he's solicitor read out what you've been nicked for in the past. You what's it called? I can't remember the thing, sheet, I can't remember what's called, and they'll charge you for fucking whatever you've been charged with in the past. They read it out. So it came on, he said, "Never, ever has Mr. Conroy been arrested for sexual allegations, sexual assaults towards women or children or anyone. Never, ever in his life been questioned over any children." And that was it, completely. So he had to get out of the courtroom then because he'd already made a statement and rectified and signed it. So then if he'd have went into court and it went to trial, he'd have had to go in the box, put his hand in the box. He'd have sworn the Bible, he'd have got fucking 4 or 5 year jail for preventing the cost of justice and making lines up. So that's what they've done to him. They made it all up. I was livid, mate. It was the night when they had the show and I was there. And I said, and when I was going on the lives, I thought, I was going on, I was thinking, God, I've got to tell you this, I've got to tell people the truth. I can't keep sitting here every fucking night letting somebody getting fucking tortured for something they haven't even fucking done. So I said, look, I need to tell you somebody. He said, "Oh, fucking thanks very much, Brian." He said, "Brilliant." He said, "Brilliant, over the moon." He said, "So we just got well on it together and we've decided for the greater good. I'm a Christian now. Paddy's had all that shit written about him and I know it's not true. And I'll swear I'll go on any lie detector to say that what I've just said now is the truth about what happened to Paddy Conroy. I will go on anyone and prove to you that they were lying about it because they told me never. They just made them up to get him fucking jail. What a dirty, low life. No, if it was a wrong one, like Specky, I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't give a fuck, even though it's wrong to do it. But I would let the people who are setting the nonsense up go to jail. And I think all you should do the same. And John Compton seems like found space, boot. Yeah, they're all fair. Yeah, I say they were doing jobs. And they were doing the jobs, and the cops were giving them the jobs to do. So they were doing jobs because they were well known. I think they thought to themselves, we can't be seen at 2 or 3 and 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning doing robberies. We're not doing robberies being seen about. So I think they started getting people to identify them. Like I say, being in a pub, go in the pub, and how you doing? You want to get a couple of pictures taken, then do the robbery afterwards. So they're all the alibi in, like I say, a pub. Then go to another pub, say, well, they've kind of been them. And then they'll get somebody else who's doing the robbery with them. They get them to do the robbery. And they'll get them to do it, and they'll come back with the money with them. Then they were taking the money off them, and then say, "You put the guns out the way, you put the bags in, you put so much. There's your half of the money, or whatever." and then they'll give them the gear, and they would all think, "Push, we've got the money, not going to rob us." And they were happy because they would say they've got 20 grand or 40 or 50 grand and half staff in it. But then they're going up the tree and follow the father in the lodge, because the lodges are the ones they go, "He's my brother, he's my brother, he's my brother, he's my brother." But they're all in there grassing to the High Court judges, and they're all in there grassing to the High Court police officers. And that's how most of these top gangsters, a lot of them are grassers like Courtney, police informer. He's a police informer for years. He asked me to go down there twice in one day. I went, "No, I'm not interested." And then he asked me another time with Dominic Newman was there. I said, "No, I'm not going down, John. I'm not interested, really. I'm not interested." I wasn't into all that shit, like sex parties and all that. It's not about big man's training, fucking eating good, and looking after yourself and helping people in the community and looking after your family. That's what I was all about. I'm not about fucking trying to be something I'm not. I've done my stuff in my time, and it's legendary. Some of the stories are legendary. They're still there, and books are going to be there forever. But these other daft cunts like your tinfoil, how could you be the mayor? You can't even get out of fucking bed. You can't even get up. You can't even get up and go on a TV show and do an hour like a live like this. You can't even come on a show without picking stuff out your face. No one, everyone's seen you when you were at the Bishop Auckland's night with Brian Cockerill, and we filled the place. 400 people sold tickets to, and I think it was four days, and I think it was not Jimmy White. Yeah, Jimmy White. He took him 4 weeks to sell the same tickets as what we sold. So the tax man sold more than him. So that's how much people wanted to come and watch me and Emma when we were doing the shows. We had them booked all over until he fucked up with all the stuff when we started falling about and falling on the floor, and Shirley's filming at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. He's talking about Paul's head, bumming people, going, laughing at it, laughing at what young kids being bummed and all that. I said, "It's not for me, this. I can't do this for you." I phoned him up. It was a Sunday afternoon. I went, "Can't do this for you no more, Jamie. This is the 6th television documentary we've got on. You've ruined it." I said, "You keep doing it every time." I said, "I'm trying to get a future doing this and going around and making a few quid for myself and my family, because I've got not much more to do now. Someone to tell me stories and run clubs and pubs and that, like Big Joe Egan said. I'll take you with me, but as soon as you get fit with me, your name's huge. I don't think you realise how big your name is. You go down London, everyone talks about you. As soon as you get down there, I've seen Big Brian, and they all just start talking about you." He said, "Everyone loves you down London. Everyone loves you everywhere I go." He said, "No one calls you names. It's only that idiot up there that was doing it." And it's just pure jealousy. It's the same stories every day with them, the same shite. The Scottish Dossie, yeah, he's a scumbag, but he's been done for beating his own children up. He battered his own stepson, I think it was, and busted all his eyes when he was 12, and then he busted it again when he was 15. And they actually got the police on him, and he was arrested for it, and he was done for it. She was done for grassing people. She's QE'd. She's "Hey, yeah." She tries that, that fucking stupid Cockney accent on. And then next minute she's like, "All right there, mush. All right, mush, try to pretend she's from the North East." She's a pure fucking phony. Prosy all over it. A pure prosy expert. She did acting. Well, that's what they do. "You're the best. You're the best. Oh, babe, you're the best. You're the best." Did you say that to Decca, or did you say that to fucking Ginger? Who was the best, the best, the best? Which one was the best? "You're the best, better than all the rest." I think Decca coming in, and Decca coming in, and Ginger on the outside, and Decca on and Ginger come down the left side, and it's Ginger by a nose, Ginger by a tail, Ginger by a tail. It's Ginger by a tail. And that's what happened, Ginger. You lost. Ginger lost by a tail. And it was Decca's tail. I've just showed these lot on here. Absolutely wiped them out. Scumbags killing poor Viv in there. Scum.
Yeah.
Shot poor Viv just because he was fucking stopping kids taking drugs. And poor Anna Connor, we love you, Anna. We'll always be here for you. You know that. So you're never going to be on your own. And no one will ever touch your family or nothing, because me and Emma will be always with you. But they're trying to stop us getting the truth out there. And all I'm doing is the truth is out there. The scumbags, what they've done to that kid when they threw him off the roof and everything, absolutely disgusting, vile, dirty bastards. They tried to shoot him down the river as well. They missed him, God bless him. And he jumped under his car, and there was like a big thing there, like a big rock. And the bullets hit him because they came around the corner with the car with a fucking screen like that of cardboard. And his youngest brother went boom, but he missed, and it hit the car and hit the floor and bounced off the car. And then they spun off, and then they tried to get him again another time. They've done everything you've told me. I know it's all in that, under that cap, isn't it, Anna? Under that cap, isn't it, Emma?
Yeah.
A fucking lot.
Me and Anna are going to do the podcast soon.
Yeah. Yeah, told me everything. All them people. Fucking hell, terrible, innit? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck what they say.
No, you don't.
I don't give one shit.
No, you don't.
Scumbags killing people for just fucking selling a few, bullying people. But that's what they've done for years. They've done it. And now they've done it that, what's her name? Shantel, is it?
Shantel, yeah.
Yeah, justice for
You're
Shantel.
fucking rapist, that's what
Justice for Shantel. So I said that, you big specky shithouse. Why don't you have a fight with me, a proper man? You coward, you, your brother, and your other brother. I'll fight the three years in a cage. You fucking divvies, and when I'm a little bit better in 6 months' time, I'll put the three of them out in 2 seconds. But you can't fight. You're only great at bullying women and bullying kids and setting people up with guns and shooting people because you're cowards. When any of you, remember when any chased you from Sunderland, 40 of you, we chased a fucking lot, you right up that fucking high street. You shit yourself, Stephen and Michael. You ran like fucking Linford Christie, you fucking cowards. And every time I went over there when it was fighting, you used to get in the corner out of the way behind the bar. And I'd be fighting 5 or 6 fucking men. You're going to help me, or he just stood back there. He couldn't fight. I knew he couldn't fight. I knew by his body language he wasn't a fighter. I just knew straight away. Just a dirty fucking wrong'un. 119 people on. And Boyle, you've made statements again today. Yes, everything's fine, Dundee. Graham. After and Brian, hope you're fine. Yes, we're great. We've had the idiot, just let you know, Graham. Boyles makes more statements about Emma, and so is the Winter Hill gang girlfriend, that makes sense to you. She's made more statements against Emma, which is obviously pure shite, because there's no police being or anything, but the one, what he's made statements about is the one where I'm supposed to set his house right. But the thing is, I was in a hospital bed with this fucking, when they go for a wee, like a bag on my legs so I couldn't wee properly. And when the cops came and they said, Jamie, you said Brian was in the house. Blah, 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 blah. Brian was in the hospital. And we've got 6 surgeons to prove it, and 5 or 6 nurses to prove it. And we've got a camera with him walking, getting wheeled down in the hospital bed and wheeled back up after the operation. The man hasn't been out of the hospital. So you're making lies up again. So it's just been left under investigation. The same as myself, Davey, and Paddy's released under investigation. So they're not going to start another investigation when they haven't finished the one they've got. So that's how much a lie we're talking about. Boyle and Ginger are the worst 2 lies on the internet. And that Irish bull. They're the 3 worst liars. And that the fucking diddy from Carlisle, I think he's from. You know, the Muppet. I'll snap you in 2 like a twig, you Cumbrian truth, you little scumbag. When they beat women up, what did you do? Your girlfriend, you smashed the face in with a pole. You beat her up with the baseball. No, rounders bat you beat her up with. That's how tough you are, shithouse. You had to beat the girl up with the rounders bat. If this is a big tough guy, supposed to be hard, going to fight Decker Iggy, Decker would like the floor with you. You might be a wrong one, but he'd still smash your face in 2 seconds. Smashing his windows when he's a full old man, 75-year-old. I know what Decker, we all know what Decker is, but at the end of the day, his mum hasn't done nothing wrong. That would be like, say, somebody on here having a mum and dad getting their houses full. Like me and them getting our house smashed up just because we've exposed tinfoil. We haven't done it nasty. I've got people down in London there who'll come straight up 2 minutes. I've got people from fucking America who'll come over, people from Australia. If there's any amount of people from anywhere back in the tax man up, any amount, he's going, you've got no friends, nobody will back you up. I said, I've not got no friend, you fucking muppet. I've been in all them jails. Every jail I went in, 9 jails I went into when I was on my mission, when I was going on the jails. And I run every fucking jail, and never anyone got bullied in the jails. And if they did, I'd be over and stop it. Made sure people got the tea bags, people got sugar, people got, you all know me. I've got a heart of gold for people. If I see somebody went off and I'll go and go my locker and get it out, good, you get that. No, but I said, get it, I'm telling you how, he said, I'll get you now. And them some people, you see them, Brian was in the pub. Brian was in the jail, and I was scared, he said. And we had no tea and all that. He said, the screws of our candidate, he went out the way. Pushed the screw out the way, grabbed the fucking tea bag, grabbed the sugar, give me the milk and everything, and got me up there. He's unbelievable. The screw thing there doing out. He said he had the whole jail boxed up. He said, but he was the nicest lad in there out of them all. He said, no one got bullied when Brian Cockerill was on them jails. I can't stand bullying. One thing I could not bully as a kid.
Absolute rotters, a lot of them, aren't they, Brian?
Yeah, tell girls. We'll piss them in the nose. I'll give them show them the punch I taught you. This is what you'll get, Boyle, if you start.
No, it's for Roxy.
Oh, yeah. But now lift Roxy's head. You can't hit her like that. I'll be tempted Mary yesterday, cunt. Roxy. fucking Roxanne, you've got to put on that red dress tonight.
Red dress.
Right? Yeah, no, the red dress. Then the fella in the song, he says, you don't have to put on a red dress no more. She has to put it on every single fucking day and night. For the boyfriend, Specky. I've got the dress on, John. Look, I'm making more money in the brothel. Look, John, I've made over 15 quid. Once give him one of them.
And Humble's putting pretend videos on as if he's in Newcastle.
He's a divvy. He's a divvy. He's an absolute crank. Remember that night you tried to get me and you to do a drive-by? It was all made up so he could record us. When we were at the table in there, and she went, "I've got cancer at the moment, though." And
she said, I'm looking down the barrel of something,
yeah,
and I've got it ready.
Yeah.
There's people in my garden and all that.
Yeah,
I've still got the messages.
And then she said, what we should do is do a drive-by. I thought, no, you want us to say yes, then you'd have had the information on us, Ginger, and you'd have had Emma, Nick, and me, Nick. That's what you are. Agent provocators. I said it from day one.
Now I know what you're on about with that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and she said, I can get pink girly hand grenades.
Yeah, that's right.
Like that.
She said, that's it. She's a divvy. She's an absolute crap. She was telling you she was with Emma. Can you remember when you got told she was in there dancing with Bronson's missus?
Oh yeah, Paula.
Paula, God bless her soul. She was the other one got raped, and she done herself in. She was badly raped. That girl, really bad, from that scumbag place down there, the dungeon. That's where she got raped in there, and that's when the red flag, and she'd have to take loads of drugs. Yeah. But that was it. She was in there dancing, Donna, on the tables. That was where her job was. She used to dress up as a policewoman and walk around. Because when Emma said, "What's that police uniform?" She said, "Oh, I used to be an actress. Yeah, as a brothel, as a prostitute actress. She was acting to be a prostitute. She's done the acting as a prostitute thing in the film she was in."
Yeah. But fine, can have the last 5 minutes because I've got to.
Oh, fucking nuisance! I've got all these people on here.
Right, go on and go for another 10 minutes. All right, 15 minutes.
Yeah, 124 on. Specky telling lies down there with his little goggy glasses. Hey. When I seen him, when I first seen him, I said, "That's not him. That can't be the fucking evil genius."
You thought he looked like
the evil genius. I said, "He looks like a little Pete. He looks like fucking Quentin Crisp." Fucking hell! I said, "That's not him. This is the so-called." Emma said he was the godfather. I said he was the godmother, or the fairy grandmother.
Tell you what, he looked a bit fucking. He looked like a fucking proper stooped-up pigeon, didn't he? Never mind.
Stool pigeon, going around upside down. Stool pigeon, cha. Oh, he's finished now. Conroy, Lancaster, Borough. Are you a Borough son? There's fucking thousands of people in here backing us up. Don't worry about that. We've got the whole of the North East. We've got all the travellers from Darlington. We've got the travellers from fucking New York. We've got travellers from fucking South Bank. We've got the Hartlepool travellers. We've got the fucking ones from the Mousefield. We've got every fucker are now back and now we're outside. Every fucker. We've got all the lads from over Street Lane. All them up there. They're all my friends. When I was brought up that way. Fucking tons of them. And all they've got is divvies to smash people's windows. Since none of them can have a straight on the cobbles, they can't do it. So they get people to smash windows or make statements to it, lies, trying to get people arrested for stuff they haven't even done. Making lies.
I know that how much is go on and try to shut us up.
Not going to
right,
stop.
the peaceful protest is still going ahead.
Justice
you won't have a clue. It'll be happening before you know it. Before you
then there'll be another one's going to be called Justice for Viv Graham.
Yeah.
Justice for Viv Graham.
And then I'll be following all the rest of the stuff going on in London. And
I'll be reporting up here.
Yeah, with Paddy.
Me and Paddy will be doing the reporting.
Yeah, so...
what you could do say some on the day or on the night, whatever it is, and Paddy could go through with that. So we've got two things going on.
You and Paddy are going to summarise up with me.
Yeah, I'll summarise it up.
With you.
Then he should chew down there, we'll be straight down. And I'll smash them the fucking bits. As soon as I jump out of the car, I'll just go that big left right. Whoa, you fucker. One like little mice.
Brian, if Brian grabbed hold of you, you'd have a problem because he'd just nut the face off you, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and bite your fucking lips off and everything.
If you want to go for it, use that. Give Brian 6 months. And
don't you need 6 months? I'm 3 months, I'll be right. My legs are nearly about 80% now. My legs are coming, right hand's coming on now. Yeah, it's come back. A little tap. Beautiful. Done like a bag of shit. Humble couldn't fight sleep.
Oh, yeah, Humble let me finish him.
I'd knock you out the palm of the hand. You big ginger head, you go flying into space.
Yeah, what do you reckon? So, if you had to put your life in it, right, would you reckon I could fold Humble like an oven ready chicken or what?
Probably even easier than that.
Easier.
Probably fucking,
Easier.
Before you probably fold him like that and hold him. You go, let me out, please, Emma, let me out.
Yeah.
You hold him in like that, and a little rag, that little, then you hit
Get
like that. Hit him like that, the right hook, and his head will go flying into space. It'll be the first ever ginger satellite in space. And Boyle can team up with them because they've got two gingers and they're two ginger satellites. More grass on this side, more grass on that side, more grass on it's Humble. No, it's Humble's not it's Jerry. But you both never stop. We're knocking here. This is middle of the place. Is that you, Jamie? Again, Jamie, you've been here 15 times today. Humble's, you've been 14. Fucking how many times are you going to make statements?
I'll throttle his scrawny little neck if he's in.
More news.
If he's anywhere.
The computers are starting to burn out. Ginger satellites.
He said so. Humble, get your idol to take a lie detector test. Shantel.
Yeah, so if that was me, right, I would say to me, somebody was saying that to me, I would willingly do it to prove to everyone I'm not what I was supposed to be. You just do straight away, you wouldn't give a fuck. So why won't they take it? That's the question. Why? Why don't they take it?
If not, why not?
Well, no, listen, why wouldn't you take it? Because if you take it, the court case would be collapse. Court case would just collapse. I'm sure I would do it. But Humble's, you're just a daft little cunt. You paid 16 fucking divvy muppet. £16,000 you paid to be in a TV movie. I was a little longer than you. I was they'll come out the camera with me all the time. He was going, trying to get himself into the camera like that. They kept coming up to me and I'm taking pictures.
I've never once been in that fucking film. I wouldn't have fucking dared.
No, we only did it because
I was sat in the fucking background and I wasn't in no film. Get your fucking facts straight.
She's not in the film. I'm sat with that.
Scrappy just
the only time I'd met them was when we went there, wasn't it?
Humble's
was sat at the table and he was going, I'll give him a 9 thing and I give him a 9 thing and I give that one. It's grassing. I won't say the names, so I don't get people in trouble, but he was blabbing about everyone who's got off him, blabbing to everyone.
Yeah, and Paul Venice, if you're listening, I've got all the messages he sent me about you as well.
Yeah, we've got all the stuff about you. We've got the lot. If you want them back, we can give you them proofs of what they've said about you. These messages could get you in jail. Loads of you could go to jail through it. It's all because he's been recording news. And he'll have more data on you, but we don't know. He was at the table, we've done this for that one, we give him a 9 bar South Bank, we give that one and such, it couldn't be a 9 bar, we give that one such a 9 bar, we give Doyle a 9 bar. I was going about all the people selling it with because he was like elated seeing me, I loved great me. Trying to get his arms around me, I thought, are you fucking trying to bump me? Get off me leg, no like a dog shaking your leg, get off me fucking leg, will you? She's going, it's nice to meet you, Brian. Like,
she looked like a corpse, didn't she?
Yeah, she looked like a fucking
walking. She'd been embalmed.
She looked like she'd been fucking been on a thing, like a stick, like that.
Head on a stick.
Head on a stick, yeah.
Off that movie.
She looks like, when they're dying, when they're on the crack of day and night. She just looked like a full-blown heroin addict who had no food for weeks.
Yeah.
Diesel state.
So carry on with your little accounts and carry on with all your lies, what you're trying to do, and carry on trying to do whatever you do to me because you know what? I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. Gave me your love and that, baby, I don't care. Meatloaf was good. So that's probably the news for today, I think. 131 on. Does anyone like asking any questions? Emma, I've got some strength. She's fucking nice. Timmy B will tell you that. He's lovely, Timmy B. He like, absolutely loves him. He wouldn't even fucking sit near me. He fucks off with Timmy B all day. I'm going, oh, come see Dad. He's going, So he's saying now, but they're saying about Timmy B said Eli's absolutely beautiful. Timmy B.
Yeah, he's absolutely looked after. He's spoiled rotten, isn't he?
I said, Timmy B will tell you on age. He said to everyone,
spoiled rotten.
Spoilest dog I've ever known in my life, he said. But he loves Timmy B, doesn't he?
I've known me go and sleep on the floor if he lies asleep on the sofa. Do you know what I mean? I've never got in the summer.
Yeah, when it's been red hot and he hasn't slept. She's out all day putting hot leg cream on him and everything. If that's someone who's not looking after the dog, like I said, the thing he said. But
just laughing.
She was just laughing. She showed them the dog on the camera. They zoomed in like that, and she's there looking into it. Oh, it's beautiful. She always get evil people. She said, "You always get people making lies up. Just don't even ignore them. We've seen it now, so we won't be coming out."
Yeah, Tracy, 1,000,000% fucked a lot of them.
Yeah, we all. The thing is, what it is. If we weren't telling the truth, I wouldn't be able to live myself. I can't do that. I'm not a liar. Like I said, when I did for Paddy, when they were lying about Paddy being saying he was a nonce and all that, was all fucking made up shit. And they made the whole lot up, and Stephen made it up.
Lee Waltley's in.
Yeah, I just noticed. I'm going to go for him later, but they made it up. And when I went to the court, the judge, the solicitor read out, said, Mr. Conroy has never been arrested or He's never given, nobody's been questioned, never been questioned over child abuse or anything to do with sexual allegations of any type of in his life. And you read it out again the second time when they had to fly out the door, him and fucking Rafe, had to get out there with the solicitor because they'd already sworn on not the Bible, they sworn on the statement. But then they had to go in. They said, if I went in there, he told me the night with Steve and Brian Cockerill, he told me that night, he said, well, if I'd have got done there, they'd have done me for perjury. I could have got 3 to 4 or 5 years. So I had to get out of the group in the courtroom. He said, get the fuck out of me, and ran out of the courtroom.
Yeah, because all I can do is snitch and fucking lie about people daily.
Yeah, try and get people, ruin people's lives to cover their lies because what they've done something really bad. They try to bring more lies on other people to make them look
Humble.
Humble.
Humble. Piggy says hi.
Piggy, yeah. Come on, Humble. Humble. You'll fucking crumble if I hit you, you fat little cunt. Pie head. Hey, pie shop. You and Jamie Boyle, do you know what? I think you and Boyle are twins. I think, do you know who the guy is? Decker Higgins, your dad's. Decker Higgins, your dad's, because he's got the video and I've seen him go, Decker Higgy. I'm not Decker Higgy's son. I think you're that. I think Jamie is. Jamie Higgy.
And Humble, you know that, what do you call me as well? Any cock will do.
Yeah, any cock will do. For one say now, because you're hiding and fucking. Wait, where are you in Thailand? Why are you in Thailand all the time? Is that where all the young kids are? Or you be getting dead cheap?
Probably importing them.
Yeah, that's another
Specky.
thing. Yeah, Specky's got one under his bed. Specky's got one under the bed. He's one I made earlier for you. Yeah. Wait a minute, evil genius. I'm an evil genius. Fucking idiot. Is that clever? How come every house I said, well, how come he keeps getting jail all the time? He's a fucking divvy. Absolute crank.
They call me oink oink, because I just went.
I've been on them.
I can find some black truffles if I'm a pickler.
Yeah, get Eli could. We're going to set the dogs onto them. That's what you do them if they could. The dogs would bite the fuck anyway.
Oh fucking! I'll wrap anything round the edge that anyone.
One. Yes, there will be a taxman movie. I think Lee Watley will tell you that he's the author of the book, and he's one who's going to be there. We think they're doing it, and instead of doing a movie, we think they're doing it in like a Netflix one. We get one every week. You know, that's who he's in cahoots with people in the business. We've already just done a movie with a lad from Birmingham that's going to be out in the next couple of months as well. So, Lee Watley, if anyone likes it, wants a book, it's Lee Watley you do the book with because he's the best author in the country. He's not one of them scumbags that give you 10% and pinch your money and get you 100% love him. He's my brother. I died for the lads. I love him and his family. Absolutely beautiful man he is. But he's not like Boyle. With, I'm Jamie Boyle. I'm the best author and nobody could beat my books, you know. Fucking weirdo. Quentin fucking Crisp he is. Quentin Crisp. Wally Woofter. So yeah, we have some great fun. Me, Judy and Emma, we have some great laughs on the phone now. So it's great. We've got lovely people behind us. No one believes them other cunts. Can't believe stuff. Yeah, you can't believe I still got a spanner. Yeah, of course you've got a spanner. Hit that cunt, took balls over the head with that spanner. They've get me arrested for that now. See, you've been converted to hit somebody over the head with a spanner. They'll make statements on that.
Right, so people, I'm sorry about this, but I've got to. I've got an appointment. I've got to go to at 7 o'clock. So I know it's a strange day to have one, but
no, it's just the way it is now. There's no such thing as hospitals 24 hours a day. You could let yourself walk another door, couldn't you? So they have to be open 24 hours now. It's not like the old days where you had to make an appointment.
So I'm going to pull him off the live and he'll see us tomorrow.
Right, I'll see you soon.
Right, great live.
Hey guys, thank you so much.
Right, hold on, let me turn your live off.
Oh, my teeth's gone. My left teeth tight.